These next exercises are specific for cyclists as they focus on lower extremity strengthening that we often utilize with cycling. We recommend that you do these exercises 3 times a week.
This version of a squatting exercise is a great alternative to the typical squat. It's done one-legged, and we're going to find some sort of apparatus in your house that's about mid-thigh height. You'll step forward about 6 to 8 inches. You're going to balance on one leg, squat and kind of poke your rear out until you just tap, and then back up. So it's just a tap, you're not actually sitting. I'm also making certain that my knee goes over my toes as opposed to in like this. I recommend doing about 3 sets of 10 for each leg. This is a great exercise for hamstring strength as well as a little bit of balance because we're going to do it one leg at a time. I'm holding 4-pound weights, which seem to be adequate. I'm going to balance on one leg, reach down, I'm bending at my hips, coming back up, reach down, nice and controlled. You can tell that it's a challenge for my balance. Really focus on hinging at your hips as opposed to your back. So all the movement's coming from my hips. Do 10 repetitions for one leg, switch, do 10 on the other, and do a total of 3 sets of 10 for each leg.
The next exercise is lunges. Now, I opted to use just a small weight in both of my hands. Again, it's just an option. You don't need weight at all. Lunges work core and glute muscles. Important thing to remember when you're doing lunges, and I'm going to do them to the side so you can see my alignment, is you want to keep your neck and spine level, and you want a nice wide base of support. Your knee should never go over your toes. It should always stay in line with your heel. You want to go down as far as a good 90-degree bend in both legs. Here you can see I got 90 on this knee, 90 in my opposite knee, and then back up. I would repeat this 12 times, and then switch to the other leg. I would do 3 sets of 12 reps, alternating back and forth.
This next exercise targets the hamstrings as well as the core musculature. It's actually a series of 3 exercises that I combine into one circuit. The first exercise, you lie flat on your back with your legs resting on the ball. With your elbows down, you're going to raise and lower 10 times. After 10, you then cross your arms and raise and lower 10 times like this. The third portion, go back to having your elbows down. You're now going to raise and stay up and pull the ball in and out 10 times. An ideal goal would be to go through that circuit 3 times, so a total of 90 lifts.
This next exercise is single leg squats using a ball. It works both quadricep muscles and glute muscles. You're going to be putting the ball right up against the wall, and then the middle of your back should rest against the wall. I want you to walk your feet out far enough so that when you squat down, your knee that you're working with does not go over the toe. It should stay right in line with your heel. I'm going to demonstrate first on my right side. Important thing you need to remember when you're doing these is that you don't drop your hip like that. Your hip should be nice and aligned. That also requires you to engage your core throughout the whole exercise. You're going to slowly come down to to a 90-degree bend with the knee, and back up. Repeat this exercise 10 times on the right, and then switch, go to your left leg. Again, repeat 10 times. I would recommend doing 3 sets on each leg.
This is a great strengthening exercise for your calves. Using just a step somewhere in your house. I recommend doing it one-legged. Let your heel drop down below the horizontal and clear up onto your tiptoes. Nice and controlled. I recommend doing 10 on one leg, switching, doing 10 on the other leg, and alternate back and forth until you've completed 3 sets of 10.
This next set of 2 exercises is for both your back extensors and your hip extensors, or your glute muscles. You're going to be lying flat on your stomach and raising both arms and legs, alternating. So, keeping good spinal alignment, head facing down, your arms are going to be straight out in front of you, and you're going to start raising both your right arm and your left leg together, and then switching. I would recommend holding 5 seconds and then switching. Again, this one is targeting, you should feel it in your lower back, extensors, and your glute muscles. The next one, you're going to feel targeting more just the back extensors. Your feet are going to be in line, close together, remaining on the ground, arms behind the neck. Again, good spine alignment, good neck alignment, and you're just going to be lifting and lowering. You should feel these primarily in the low back. I would recommend 3 sets of, again, 20 to 25.